Hey everyone, happy hump day and welcome to Step by Step Transformations. I hope and pray all is going well in your respective worlds and that you are having a wonderful week so far. Again, we are in the middle of September. Time is definitely flying by, and so hoping, praying that you are at least able to make good use of it. And also, too, I don't think I say this enough, but um, count your blessings. Please count your blessings and be grateful. Um, because there are so many people in our country as a result of this pandemic who are hurting as a result of the racial unrest that hasn't been reckoned with, that the country refuses to reckon with. I won't go into that at all. Um, Also, natural disasters. There are so many people who are hurting. And so I just want to encourage you, count your blessings. If you have a roof, you have a job to go to, you have food and shelter and all these things, be thankful. And as you are feeling led, and as you can, if you're able, if you're not, then don't. But as you're feeling led, and if you can, find a way to give and support. So I just felt led to say that because I know that that's not something that I tend to do, even though I personally practice these things. But, it's good to actually put it out there. So anyway, today I'm going to continue the discussion on, developing a right mindset for your goals. And so today we're going to talk about developing your growth mindset and what that looks like. So you want to stay tuned because you don't want to miss it. All right. Hey, so before we dive right in, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Natalie and I'm a Christian life coach. I work with working women like you to accomplish the goals that you actually care about. I show you how to get back on track, set your dream goals, and reach those goals by developing the laser focused and direct impact steps that will get you there. We work together using my customized signature coaching process and action plan. So, this is who I am. Feel free to reach out if you're ready to get from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you. All right, now, so welcome back. So, today, as indicated, we're going to talk about you developing your growth mindset. So, um, a researcher by the name of Carol Dweck has discovered many ways to help anyone change their mindset. So I'm going to talk about a few of those ways, um, and it's been research, that has been proven to help you unlock the power and potential of a growth mindset. So let's learn a little bit about how the brain works. So it may seem too simple, but in Carol Dweck's research, she shows that simply becoming aware that growth is possible in any area helps people shift to a growth mindset. So remember, we talked about that last week as far as being mindful and being aware. So that's definitely part of that. So there are some great books that can teach more in this area, and one of the books includes Carol Dweck's book, and it's called Mindset: The New Psychology of Success, as well as another book by Angela Duckworth. entitled Grit, the Power of Passion and Perseverance, which examines how passion and perseverance can help people achieve their dreams. Now, there are also many books, magazines, and blogs that discuss the latest findings in neuroscience and how to apply them to your own life. So the more you learn about your own brain, the more you can achieve with it. All right, another way to help develop your growth mindset is to plan for growth. So a specific plan of action will help you achieve your dreams. For anything you wish to achieve, you should ask yourself, when, where, and how will I embark on my plan? The more specific your answer is, the more likely you are to follow through with it. And remember, we talked about this before in some of my earlier videos. So for example, instead of thinking, I'll start eating better tomorrow, think, I'll add a piece of fruit to my breakfast and have a plain black coffee instead of a mocha latte during my coffee break. Instead of thinking, I'll start asking for help in class, think, the teacher always asks if we have questions at the start of class. So tomorrow I'm going to put up my hand and ask about that problem I'm stuck on. Again, just make a plan. It's a plan of action of how you can change and how you can do better. Okay? The next thing is to open yourself up to feedback. When in the grips of a fixed mindset, people tend to close themselves off to feedback. After all, if you can't change, what's the point in listening to criticism? However, feedback is an incredibly useful tool for helping identify where and how to improve yourself. Ask for constructive feedback from your teacher, boss, or mentor, and spend some time thinking about a concrete plan for improving your work. And you know what? Criticism is, or feedback and criticism is difficult. It's challenging to hear. But it's helpful. And so I think if we can learn how to set aside the emotions, set aside the need to be defensive or the need to, try to correct or respond and answer. Just take what's being said. Thank you for the feedback. Write it down if you can. Go back, reflect on it. Is there some truth or validity to what's being said? If there is, all right, then what is the plan of action to change if I choose to? Now, if there's no truth or validity what's being said, just dismiss it and move on. But, only you can answer that. Okay? So the next suggestion would like for you to reflect on your growth. So take a few minutes each day to reflect on puzzles you've solved and challenges you've met. How did you solve them? What strategies did you use? At the same time, think about the mistakes you've made. What did you learn? How will you do things differently? Regularly reminding yourself that you can learn and grow from challenging situations helps reinforce a growth mindset. If you have kids, this is a great conversation to have around the dinner table. To model a growth mindset and help your children learn that trying, failing, learning, and trying again is the key to achievement. Again, I can't stress that enough. Self-reflection, not sitting in the failure for so long and downing yourself. If you go into knowing, okay, I might fail, all right, you just might. It's not the end of the world. What can I learn from this? What can I do differently? It really is not. In most situations, I promise you, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. All right, so let's look at getting back on track when things do go wrong. Okay. So, developing a growth mindset isn't a matter of flipping a switch. In fact, that's a very fixed mindset view of the issue. I'll just decide to have a growth mindset and then I'll have one. Instead, working on a growth mindset is more like caring for a new kitten. A growth mindset needs care and nurturing. If you find yourself slipping back into fixed mindset habits, try these tips. First thing, keep trying. A growth mindset teaches us that learning and growing are always possible. If you struggle to internalize this idea, just keep holding it as an ideal. The more you strive toward a growth mindset, the more you build it in yourself. Same thing with meditation. We talked about this last week. Meditation, the first time you do it, most people, it's not going to work. It's the silliest thing. Whatever, it's just not going to work. But the more you do it, you just keep at it, you will find that it does work. All right. Embrace challenges. Don't shy away from difficult problems. Tackling something challenging and mastering it is the best way to build a growth mindset. Try different ways to learn. Not everyone learns in the same way. If you are struggling to master a subject, try different strategies. Most colleges and universities have study skill classes that can teach you different ways to tackle learning. Keep trying until you find what works for you. Delete failure from your vocabulary. In a fixed mindset, not completing a task perfectly can feel like failure. It's not. It just shows that you have more learning to do. When you don't do as well as you like, you haven't failed. You just haven't mastered the task yet. Keep trying, keep learning, and you'll get there. I promise you. Hold realistic expectations. It takes time and energy to learn a subject or improve your skills. If you are getting frustrated because you can't yet do something, make sure you have realistic expectations about how quickly you can improve. And then lastly, love the process, not the outcome. I believe I did a video on this, I want to say back in July. Yeah, I'm almost certain I did. People with a growth mindset develop a love of learning that leads them to ever greater challenges. Along the way, they tend to accumulate successes, but the success wasn't the point. The challenge was embrace this way of thinking. Learn to love the process of learning and keep challenging yourself as you move through life. Promise you, it will. I promise you, just the process is so much better than the outcome. That you will not only, I think the biggest thing you'll learn about is yourself. That's probably the biggest thing you'll learn. All right, so just to conclude this, topic this week on a growth mindset that is designed to help you achieving your goals. The science is definitely clear. It is possible to learn, grow, and change throughout your lifetime. No matter what you think your traits, abilities, and skills are, it's possible to improve in any area that you choose to focus on. In contrast, believing that your skills are fixed has a way of limiting what you can achieve. Let me say that again. Believing that your skills are fixed has a way of limiting what you can achieve. So to truly unlock your potential, work on developing a growth mindset. Once you develop a love of learning and believe in your own capacity for growth, you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. So, remember, um, we have to, this takes repetition. We have to do some things, over and over, in order to see some success. And that's okay. It really is okay, because you're going to learn a lot through the process. So I would like to offer you a opportunity to start those goals, or at least get started on the goals that you've set, if you're not really sure, by clicking the link in the description box, to set up a discovery call with me. And it's free, so it's not going to cost you anything but 30 minutes of your time. And I promise you, you will walk away with at least one action step that can help you get closer to your goals. Also, if you haven't had an opportunity to download my freebie, it's a workbook on identifying your values, which will help you achieve your goals. I definitely encourage you to do that as well. And that link is also in the description box. So I want to thank you again for your time. And I hope and pray that you found the material shared today and this week helpful and beneficial. Again, leave me a message, in the comments below, or you can send me a personal message. Either way, I'll definitely respond. Until next time, take care and God bless.